What if the balance of global power could be shifted in mere minutes? Imagine a weapon so advanced, so fast, and so devastating that even the most sophisticated US and Israeli defense systems might prove useless against it. This is not science fiction. It is the reality Iran claims to have achieved with its new generation of hypersonic missiles. Capable of traveling at Mach 16, 16 times the speed of sound, these weapons could strike anywhere on Earth, including Washington, Tel Aviv, or US military bases across the globe. Today, we uncover the details of Iran's most dangerous military development yet, the Khorramshahr-5 and the Fateh-2 hypersonic missiles. The shock of the 12-day war. The so-called 12-day war was intended to weaken Iran and restrain its military growth. Announced by Trump and Netanyahu as a move to keep Tehran away from nuclear weapons, it had the opposite effect. Instead of breaking Iran's resolve, it fueled a new determination. The outcome was shocking. Rather than nuclear advancements, Iran revealed a weapon system far more unpredictable and destabilizing, the Khorramshahr-5 hypersonic ballistic missile. This missile announcement destroyed years of American and Israeli calculations. For decades, both countries relied on the belief that Iran was technologically limited to medium-range missiles. But now, Tehran demonstrated that it could potentially reach the very heart of the United States. Khorramshahr-5, the hypersonic game-changer. Unofficial Iranian sources claim that Khorramshahr-5 has a range of 12,000 kilometers, enabling it to strike any location in the continental US. Its reported speed of Mach 16 places it in the category of intercontinental hypersonic weapons, a technology possessed by only a handful of nations, including Russia and China. Equipped with a 2-ton warhead, it carries destructive potential comparable to America's GBU-57 bunker buster bombs. But unlike traditional bombs, this warhead could be delivered across continents in under half an hour, making it nearly impossible to intercept. A strategy of secrecy. For years, Iran claimed its missile program was purely defensive, with a self-imposed range limit of 2,000 kilometers. However, the Khorramshahr-5 changes everything. Tehran followed a new doctrine of secrecy, keeping the program hidden until the final stages of production. This ensured that neither sanctions, cyber-sabotage, nor airstrikes could disrupt its development. The lesson from the US-Israeli sabotage campaigns against Iran's nuclear program is clear. Secrecy is now Iran's strongest weapon. By the time its adversaries become aware of its new missiles, they are already operational. Comparing generations from Khorramshahr-1 to Khorramshahr-5. Previous versions, Khorramshahr-1 through Khorramshahr-4, had maximum ranges of around 4,000 kilometers, enough to cover Israel, parts of Europe, and US bases in the Middle East. The Khorramshahr-5 triples that reach, entering the realm of intercontinental strike capability. Military experts note that Iran's space rocket projects like Simorgh and the Soroush series provided the technological foundation for this leap. If converted into weapons, these rockets could carry payloads 10 to 20 times heavier than Iran's earlier ballistic missiles. This blurring of the line between space technology and weaponry has long been a path followed by superpowers. Now Iran seems to be joining them. Hypersonic speed, the real threat. At Mach 16, the Khorramshahr-5 operates at speeds so high that conventional missile defense systems stand little chance of intercepting it. Even the most advanced American THAAD or Israeli Arrow 3 interceptors rely on predicting the trajectory of incoming missiles. Hypersonic missiles, however, do not follow predictable parabolic arcs. They can maneuver mid-flight, changing altitude and direction, making them nearly impossible to stop. This represents not just a weapon, but a strategic revolution. In military terms, hypersonic technology creates a first strike advantage, meaning that a country can hit its enemy before defenses even have time to react. Fateh-2, the combat-proven hypersonic missile. Alongside Khorramshahr-5, Iran introduced another weapon, the Fateh-2 hypersonic missile. This is an upgraded version of the Fateh unveiled in 2023, but it surpasses its predecessor in speed, precision, and maneuverability. With speeds between Mach 13 and 15, about 18,000 kilometers per hour, it could strike Tel Aviv from Tehran in under 5 minutes. But speed is only part of the story. Fatah 2 can shift its path and altitude mid-flight, both inside and outside Earth's atmosphere. This ability puts it far beyond the reach of traditional missile defense systems like the Patriot, Iron Dome, or even the advanced Arrow interceptors. According to Iranian Revolutionary Guard reports, the Fatah 2 has already been used in combat, striking deep into Israel and destroying advanced defense systems. If true, this would mean Iran has moved from theoretical capability to operational dominance. Strategic implications. The emergence of hypersonic weapons in Iran's arsenal has massive implications. For decades, Israel relied on its layered missile defense systems, while the U.S. relied on forward-deployed bases to project power in the Middle East. But now, every base, every city, and even the U.S. mainland is theoretically within Iran's reach. This shifts the balance of power dramatically. Iran no longer needs nuclear weapons to achieve deterrence. A hypersonic missile armed with a conventional or bunker-busting warhead could devastate strategic targets, from Tel Aviv's military command centers to American aircraft carriers in the Persian Gulf. A weapon of political leverage. Beyond its destructive potential, Khorramshahr 5 is a weapon of psychology and politics. It sends a clear message to Washington and Tel Aviv: sanctions, wars, and sabotage campaigns have failed. Instead of weakening Iran, these measures accelerated its technological progress. Much like Russia's avant-garde hypersonic glide vehicle or China's DF-17, Iran's hypersonic arsenal could serve as a tool of global influence, forcing adversaries to negotiate from a position of vulnerability. Conclusion. Iran's new hypersonic missiles, Khorramshahr 5 and Fatah 2, represent a turning point in modern warfare. They are not just weapons, they are geopolitical statements. For the first time in history, Tehran possesses the means to strike its enemies with speed, precision, and near unstoppable force. The nightmare scenario for Washington and Tel Aviv has now become reality. But the ultimate question remains: after the 12-day war, who truly came out victorious? Was it Iran, Israel, or the United States? The answer lies not only on the battlefield, but in the shifting balance of global power.